Alright, so welcome back to a brand new video. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I am sick right now and I feel pretty awful, I'm not gonna lie. And to be honest, the only video I feel like making is hating on feminists. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I saw this video on my For You page. It doesn't really matter by who, but I thought it was one of the most insensitive things I think I've ever seen a feminist post.
I feel like a lot of men walk around completely clueless as to how unattractive they really are. And I feel like this theory is proven by the amount of horrible profile pictures and dating site pictures that men just throw up on their profile pages and think that that's enough to attract somebody. Like, they just be on here talking crazy. You know, you can't be fat. I gotta be short. Gotta be thick. Gotta be this. Can't have this. Can't have this. And whole time you got a Michelin. You got a jumbo truck tire around your midsection, and you talking shit. You got so much acne on your face, sir. You look like you have not washed your face in 2 years, and really feel like men do not realize how unattractive they are.
Okay, so first of all, your evidence to this is dating sites. You're on dating sites. You're literally going to run into a lot of bad eggs on there on both sides, okay? That's why I have not downloaded Tinder or any dating site, because it's literally just a hookup app. I'm not even kidding. And that's why you're probably meeting a lot of men like this who think they're all that, who honestly seem like they just have standards. You might not think that they're allowed to, but they are, just like you're allowed to. But you should not take Tinder as most men, just like you should not take Tinder as most women. Again, you will meet the worst of the worst on Tinder. Now, I want to go back to the standard thing. I think it is important to stay realistic. I mean, you can't be wanting a Instagram model when you're fat and you have acne. That I can agree with. But I feel like she's talking about a normal person with a little bit of acne and maybe has a little bit of weight on. And hey, maybe they don't want someone who's like 400 pounds. I think that's fair, okay? Is that so crazy to say? And the dead giveaway that she's talking about the normal Joe here and not the dude that wants the Instagram model is that she said most men. You know, I'm a man. I'm a friend of men's, and most men don't want an Instagram model. And you know, me personally, I like women with a little bit of wappy soppy. Hopefully some of you guys get the King of the Hill reference. Now, what does wappy soppy mean? It means that I like my women a little bit off-centered. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's actually in a really good way. Like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of men are attracted to Instagram models, and they're always showing me pictures being like, oh, is this person hot? And I'm like, no, honestly, not really. I just always think that they're just a little bit too perfect, if you know what I mean. And you can always tell that they're hiding their imperfections, meaning that they have either a pound of makeup on, definitely got nose job and cheek jobs, and jobs in other places. And to other people, that's like a 10 out of 10 baddie. But to me, honestly, that's not attractive. Because to me, they covered up their natural beauty so much that they start becoming ugly in a weird way. Long story short, I like imperfections. I think that they're hot. Anyways, let's just continue this video.
To be fair, where they live at, to the people that they are used to dealing with on a day-to-day basis, they may be attractive. They may be attractive to someone. I don't think they really realize that you're not attractive. So it's crazy when I see these same men online bashing and talking about women as if they are something to look at. Like, have you seen, like, do you genuinely think that you are attractive? Do you genuinely think that you look good compared to all of these people out? You think that if you lined up 10 men and put them all in front of me, that you would be the one that I would pick? You would be my top choice? You think you would even be in my top 5?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I think that she was talking to somebody, and then they probably asked how much she weighed, and she got offended by it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest again. I think that you think you're also attractive. I think that you think you're allowed to have these high standards that you probably most likely do because you think that you're a 10 out of 10 baddie. I'm gonna be honest. you're not. So I know for a fact that you also probably have some pretty high standards as well, just like these men that you're bashing on. You're just too arrogant to realize it. For example, you probably want a tall guy, probably 6 foot or anything above. Okay, we're gonna do a lot of swimming here. Okay, and you probably also want them to be pretty stacked as well, and you probably also want them to like your celebrity crush as well. And if they don't, they're ugly. Sure that she also has a lot more unrealistic standards as well, but I think if we named every single one I could think of, yeah, we'd be here all day. Okay. And again, I'm not saying that she's not allowed to have standards. She is just saying that you can't bash men for having standards just because you don't find them attractive. Yes, I'm sure that some of the men on TikTok that she's encountered do have pretty unrealistic standards. But the thing is, she also has unrealistic standards as well. Because ironically, she thinks she's more attractive than she actually is.
That's why I am a fan of shaming men. I don't go out of my way, but if you come around here with that nonsense, I'm going to that page and I'm pulling out every flaw. I'm putting it right in your face. I really feel like we need to but I'm trying to figure out who would be. They're not going to listen to a gay man because gay. They might listen to a heterosexual man. We need to find somebody to have this conversation with the men, because somebody needs to let them know that y'all are not as attractive as y'all think y'all are to be walking around here talking the shit that y'all be talking. You talking crazy in the comments, and I'm looking at your picture and your eyeballs is yellow. You got jaundice, baby. You need to go to the hospital. What's the issue?
Yeah, I think that you need to go to the hospital and get a new brain, because clearly yours is not working. Okay. I just think that you think most men have high standards, and I'm sure that she has come across men with high standards that aren't that attractive or who have no place to speak in the first place. Like, why can't you talk about those men specifically? But instead, you're so retarded that you go, it's most men that think this way. Hello? Are you 12? It's time to get off the line and enter the real world. I think that women who think like this really need to be humbled, because you're not all that, okay? You're not a goddess. And I know a lot of men who would not find you attractive. So in your own saying, you shouldn't have standards, okay? I'm just gonna say it. People in the comments kind of prove my point with the celebrity thing, because the references to how men should look are celebrities. Like, imagine as a woman and you're talking to this guy and he's like, well, honestly, I wish that you look more like prime Megan Fox. You're gonna be like, what? So what are you talking about? Obviously, not every woman is gonna look like prime Megan Fox. They walk around not knowing how unattractive they are. And we women walk around not knowing how attractive we are. So obviously, if you came to that conclusion, and also like what, 50,000 people liked it as well, that's a lot of people. So obviously you guys are walking around thinking you're attractive, or you wouldn't have liked this, or even said this in the first place. Oh, duh. Start humbling men. Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. You don't look like your profile picture. Been doing this my whole life. I feel like my calling at this point. What? Me too. The whole reason I ever chose to come to Earth. Well, one, you don't choose to come to Earth. And two, I have yet to find an attractive woman in this comment section. It's literally just all a bunch of ugly women who are calling men ugly as well. Like, again, it's free speech. If you want to do that, go right ahead, but you're also kind of in the same boat here, I'm not gonna lie. I saw an attractive man 23 years ago, and I still think about him. For the last time. This got 19,000 likes, but our standards are high, guys. Okay? Like, I'm not gonna lie, everything I've said so far has been proven just simply by reading the comment. Like, it seems like these people are mad because they can't get the man that they want, because either they're ugly or have nothing to offer. Somebody made a good point. I was thinking about this as well. The crazy thing is that these people will sleep with these men and then turn around and call them ugly. Like, oh, you still slept with them. Alright, so let's look at some of her replies. Just to shut some people up who are mad about this video right now I'm making.
Oh gosh, y'all piss me off when y'all do this. Okay, listen. Men have a copy and paste strategy, right? Copy and paste strategy. You guys do not take the time to individually get to know women that you are pursuing. Because you guys don't have any real kind of interaction with women outside of your family and the occasional girlfriend you may have, you guys have no clue at all what most women really want. And that's where y'all get shit messed up. Y'all keep saying stuff like, oh, y'all want a tall man, y'all want a man with money, y'all want a man with status, yeah, right? If that's the case, why are there so many broke, non-status having, short ass baby daddies running around? Explain it to me. None of my friends, none of their ex-husbands or their baby daddies, none of them are rich. All of them are behind on child support in some way. Got no money. They're average height men. They're like the average height men. They're not tall. A couple of them is round and fluffy, teeth fucked up. If y'all keep saying that women have these outlandish requirements for men, but yet I constantly see women who, by the way, should have those kind of standards, and then they're standing next to this creature, and then you find out that this creature has the audacity to be treating them bad. It's y'all gotta stop it.
I like how you didn't talk about yourself, but instead you talked about your friends dating ugly men. Because the guy literally called you out and you have these standards, but you're not going to say that because you don't want to seem like a hypocrite. Just because these women settled for these men, that they didn't have these high standards, okay? Like, they probably all wanted this, but these men aren't picking them. So it seems like they had to settle with men who are probably on the same level as them, because it goes both ways, guys. Like, if you want to have all these high standards, then go for it. And the question is, what do you have to offer to these men? Probably nothing. You're probably not as attractive as you think. You're broke as well. And you also have a terrible attitude. So you get what you attract, you bozos.
Okay. My last video, I got a couple of men in the comments that responded, right? Most of them that responded, I deleted most of their comments because they was saying some crazy stuff, but the gist of their comments were, we know that we're ugly. Which leads me to my next theory, which is not really a theory because it's kind of been proven time and time again through your actions. Unattractive men who know that they're unattractive, intentionally go out and seek women that they know they would not typically get. So what happens is, once we get with them, once they get with us, their sole mission is to humble us and belittle us. I feel like that's what it is. And I felt like this ever since my last relationship, because I was with a guy for 7 years who was insanely jealous of me. And because he was insanely jealous of me and extremely insecure by his own admission, he was very, very mean to me.
Okay, so why are these women dating these types of men if they find them unattractive? That just makes no sense to me at all. Like, just don't date them. Wow, that solved all your problems. I mean, she said herself that she was with a guy that was really jealous and he would put her down a lot. And I'm sorry that it happened to you, but 7 years? It took you 7 years to get away from this person? You know, I've been listening to your rant and listening to your points, and, you know, I've realized that you're really not the brightest tool in the shed. So it would make sense why you were with that person for 7 years. And if you actually take a moment to think about it, you've kind of became just like your ex. Because now you're trying to belittle men because you're mad that a man did the exact same thing to you. And this is your way of getting your payback. What an amazing and positive person this is.
From unattractive to medium attractive men, something wrong with them. Yeah. If a man tells you that he finds himself unattractive or he doesn't think that he's an attractive person, leave that man alone. He is going to be hell. When you walk away from that situation, you are not going to recognize yourself. He is going to tear down every part of you.
Yeah, I'm starting to think there's acorns up in her head and squirrels stole her brain, because you just spent the last 8 minutes or however long saying that most men are unattractive. So now they're not allowed to say they're unattractive, because that's a red flag. Like, is this person autistic by any chance? Should I be not going as hard as I should be? Did they have like a mental problem or something? Alright, I think that's gonna do for today's video. I'm gonna be honest, I think I feel a little bit worse. But yeah, this person's obviously an awful person who clearly thrives off of hurting other people because she's been hurt in the past by those people. And that's not right, okay? Anyways, that's it. Bye.